Okay, so I was working on this question, writing the net equation for a sequence of reactions, a little bit earlier with a student in class, and we got stuck on this, right? And so, you know, the idea, we sort of think back to Hess's law, which is chapters, I don't know, 4, 5, and 6, 4 and 6, something like that. Propane can be turned, and we look at this, right? So watch this. Propane can be turned into a two-step reforming, turned into hydrogen by a two-step reforming process. In the first step, propane and water react to form carbon monoxide and hydrogen. In the second step, carbon monoxide and water to react to form hydrogen and carbon dioxide, okay? So write the net chemical equation. So the first thing we're tempted to do is just to take these two equations and add them together, right? And you see you've got a carbon monoxide here as a reactant and a carbon dioxide, or rather carbon monoxide as a product over here, and you could just cancel those out. So the mistake that I made when I did this a little bit ago was I just added them up, you know, and said, well, all right, well, it looks like this water, you know, these waters add up, that propane is there, and so on, but these carbon monoxides, one of them gets consumed, right? Can you see that? So 3 are produced and 1 gets consumed. And then we wrote the reaction out like that. We wrote it out as it would be correct if that were the case. However, when we look at the explanation says this. I don't have the whole explanation here. Okay, look at this. This is you know what? Let me pull this up on my, so I can use my marker. File, add image. Okay, watch this. Intermediates must not appear in the net equation, and I didn't see that when we were talking earlier. I didn't really read through this very carefully, and probably the student didn't either. So, the compounds produced in one step of a sequence, but consumed in another step, are called intermediates. In the formation of hydrogen from methane, there's one intermediate, carbon monoxide, is produced in the first step, but consumed in the second. Intermediates must not appear in the net equation, right? And we did. We had them there in the net equation, but they must not appear there. So, in this particular scenario, in order to make sure that this intermediate does not appear in the equation, we have to multiply this by 3. Aha! Oh, that makes the difference. Okay? So this really then, if that gets multiplied by 3, this is equivalent to saying 3 carbon monoxides, gas, plus 3 waters produces 3 H2s, gas, plus 3 carbon dioxides, gas. Right? And so now we can add these two together and we'll get the right answer, okay? C3H8, because we'll see that this will cross off with that, right? Watch, 3 H2O produces 3 carbon monoxides, which have to all get consumed because it's an intermediate, plus 7 H2 gases, okay? Now I can see immediately, because I did this on purpose, right? I'd multiplied it by 3 so that these would cross out. Now that I have that, it's a much simpler question. C3H8, let me change colors here. C3H8, and that's a gas, right? Took care of that. Plus, looks like I've got 6 waters. And that's a gas, right? Produces, I just did those, just took care of that. Look at this, 10 hydrogens. Gas, right? Those are taken care of now. Plus 3 carbon dioxides. Okay, and that's the answer. All right, hope that's helpful. Best wishes.